Alrighty, so stream started. We don't have very much. We do not have very much going on today at all. We have C-pop that just showed up, but I don't think that's going to be any good. We got DSYG, MHS. Yeah, I don't think C-pop is going to be. We got DSY. DSY is still trying to do something here. Yeah, you got the MACD kind of curling over, so I really wouldn't probably touch that. GMH, that's not looking too good. LGHL, your RML is not doing good. EMHS is not good. Nothing really looks too good. Your ML is not GMHS. Nothing. LGHL. LGHL. That doesn't have a catalyst, but LGHL, there's really not much here. Uh, DSY I'd stay away from. GMHS, that's not really doing nothing. LGHL is not really doing anything. I mean, LGHL, I took a quick scalp on that and only made like a couple cents because I took it right up in here, 285, and sold it at 287. So, because there was just nothing going on, so I just kind of cut it. I think the market's a little slow. LGHL is doing too good. DSY is just everything is below the VWAP and it just has got weakness. We got no volume on stuff. We got MSS that just showed up, but there's no volume on that. You got GP that has no volume. You got DSY that's just kind of grinding sideways. You got LGHL. I mean, I took a couple cent scalp on that. There's nothing there. You got GMHS. I'm lucky I got rid of LGHL. GMHS, there's nothing there. That's the only one with the catalyst. And LGHL, look at that. Well, I'm glad I got rid of that. LGHL. You look at that. I am glad I got rid of that because it came up here. It started doing some dojis, a little weakness. And then I noticed on the level 2, nothing was moving. So I just cut it. And now look at it. That thing was a big loss. If I would have held it, that would have been a big loss. But I took it right up in here, and the reason I took it is because MACD was starting to curl up, and we were starting to get above the. We were closing above the EMA, non-EMA on the 1 minute. So on the 15 second, I just kind of got in here, and then I just got out up in here, like a few cents. So it was like 3 cents. Yeah. So it was nothing. Uh, DSY, that's just not doing anything but selling off. GMHS, yeah, I don't think it's going to be a good day. We might have to wait till tomorrow. Today's not doing too hot. Wow, look at that. That's really selling off. DSY is just, yeah. Oh, GHL, that's nothing. DSY, I wouldn't touch that. We got TRML. We've got nothing going on right now. If we DSY is 600%, LGTML, YJ, GMH. But if I sort by volume, there's really nothing here. You got OCTO, but I traded that yesterday. With 5 minutes, look at the 5 minutes, just grinding sideways. It's not, there's nothing there. Yeah, DSY, there's nothing there. OCTO, we just looked at. UOKA, there's no volume, people. So we really can't do anything because there's no volume. Cannot do anything. There's no volume, so we can't do anything. MHS is trying to come back. GMHS, I don't know about that. That's just a little. LGHL is. GMHS has a catalyst holdings. It's just Q1. Oh, yeah, there's nothing there. LGHL, there's nothing there either. And DSY, yeah. LGHL, there's nothing here. GMHS, GMHS is really GHL. There's just not much going on. I am going to be trading the futures at 9 o'clock. I'll be trading the NQ futures at 9 o'clock. So, CWD showed up. CWD showed up on the R on RVOL, RVOL 200 and some, but it doesn't have a catalyst. That is the problem. CWD, and it showed up on the pre-market movers. It doesn't have a catalyst that we know of. It could be churning through trying to get one, but CWD, we don't look. It's not looking too hot though. Look at the 5 minute right here on right here is the 5 minute. It's got a huge topping tail. Of course, you don't even need to look at it. You can just look at it on the 1 minute because we're at the fourth minute and it's just a big topping tail that's forming on the 5 minute. So it's not looking too good right now. Nothing's looking too good. You got CWD, you got LGHL. That's not looking good. Uh, got SMX. Yeah, SMX. Yeah, just oh my word, this market is just crazy. Very slow. CWD's got like a 5 cent spread. It's starting. Well, it tightened up 2 cents, but OGHL is there's nothing there. SMX. If you look at that, SMX. Look at SMX. There's nothing there. CWD. 4 cent spread. Oh my word, that was extremely difficult. Okay, I scalped it. I was in the hole uh, earlier, and this CWD got me out of the hole. This is just nuts. This market is just crazy, people. This market is just nuts. CWD might be pretty good, people. Caliber completes initial purchase of Chainlink tokens. Another crypto play. OCTGO was a crypto play yesterday. Oh my word. We got more crypto plays, people. We got more crypto plays. CWD showed up on the RVOL scanner. Earlier, it showed up on the RVOL scanner right here. It showed up on the RVOL scanner. We had, and it was moving for a reason. We just didn't get the data on it. We just didn't get it. Um, yeah. Uh, yeah, I'm not going to play with that anymore. I'm green for the day, so market's a little nutty. CWD, yeah, I got GIBO that showed up. GIBO, you got GIBO. There's nothing there. CWD. OGHL's below the VWAP. Well, thank you, CWD, for getting me out of the hole this morning. I really don't like all this. We got topping tail here, topping tail there. We got a little tail there, but uh, I mean the 15-second. We've got some tail, got topping tail, topping tail. So there's kind of like a battle going on between the buyers and sellers right now. It's still bullish because it's moving upwards, so it's still bullish. It's still bullish on the 1 minute. Let's see, where did I get in? I got in at 285. Whoa. Where did I get in? 285, which was down in here. 285. So I was looking at it right up in here around, got in at 285, which is right here at 735 40, 735 40. Yeah, so it was right up in here I got in um at $3 and it ran up to 6. Wow. But I took some off. I took some off right up in here, and then I held some again at 730. Yeah. And then I took more off up in this area. Yeah. That would have been a nice run for me if I would have held it. That would have been a banger. But unfortunately, not. But I did get out of the hole, which was nice. And now look at CWD. 7:40. I think I'm done, uh, for the day for pre-market. I think I'm done for the day for pre-market. We got LGHL. That's not doing anything. We got TRML. That's not enough volume. OCTO. We got not enough volume. The only ones with volume is TRML, but that's really not doing anything. Then we got LGHL, but that has no catalyst. That's really not doing anything. And then we got CWD. CWD was a great trade. Um, the reason that I cut it so early is because we had some weakness up in here, and then so I just cut it because, well, I mean, the volume was coming in, and I just cut it because I was already in the green trade because these things can just turn on you on a dime and go right back down. Um, I mean, look at this. This turned from five five to I mean, look at that, from $5 down to $4 in a matter of 15 seconds. So if you were in 1,000 shares, that was like $100 right there, and within 15 seconds, just slammed right back down. So these things can turn on you on a dime, uh, and that is a problem. Now, I got into this when there was no news, but there it was an R-vol of like 60 times the volume. So, and if we look, let's switch over to a daily on this chart here. On a daily, yeah, see, it's known to spike here. It spiked there. It spiked there. I mean, look at this. It spiked from like $3 to $8, and then it just gave it right back the same day. So this thing is known to spike. It spiked on August 28th, and it's just been selling off. So now it just, of course, pre-market's way up here. Yeah, this is definitely CWD is definitely the only one that, is working right now. We got like a 10-cent spread that's going back and forth with 20-cent spread, so I don't know about 20 cent. Yeah, people, this is, market makers are definitely making money off of this one. Uh, I got in early, but then I think I'm pretty much done with this. The market, I mean, this is the only thing that's showing, and if I mean, this thing is turning on a dime, 50 cents pretty easily. So, yeah, there's another reason why I got here. So I got in right up in this area. So this is where I got in, and then right up in here is when I started taking some profits. And CWD dug me out of a hole that I was in this morning. Uh, I tried to make some on LGHL, but I only made like a few cents on LGHL. It really didn't make that much. It's just it tried LGHL, as you can see right here. LGHL didn't make any money. DSY was the one that I lost the money on, but CWD gave me that money back that I lost on DSY and made me even more. So I made like 8 cents over what I lost. So it definitely dug me out of the hole. Uh, and DSY, I don't know why I traded that. That was my first, the first trade of the day. I just need to go extremely light. Uh, because normally the first trade of the day for me is a loser. So I got in here, but also if you take a look at this right here, this is a 1 minute. The 1 minute, the MACD was curling up. Okay. So I got in like right up in this area right here. I got in right here because it was breaking this right here. It was breaking this whole area. We had a micro pullback and it was breaking that area. Okay. So that's why I got in thinking, okay, if we break this area, if we break this, that's fine. Where's my stop? My stop is down here. Okay. I mean, I got in, I got in here at 285. And where's my stop? My stop is down here. My stop is down here for 254. So that's like a 30-cent stop. But then I got in, I took a little bit off at 60 cents and then I held some. So yeah. So I definitely got a 1 for 1 on my first half. Uh, yeah, this thing is moving, but I just don't want to trade it. I got myself out of a hole, and uh, market is really not moving that much. We got another crypto play yesterday. OCTO uh, made me some money. OCTO made me some money yesterday morning. Uh, CWD, OCTO has news again. Shares surged 300%. Okay, yeah, CWD is definitely a banger, people. I mean, this right here, you could be trading this pullback right here. You had a run up, have the MACD curling up. You can trade that pullback. You can get in on the high of that of 597 and look for a $6. I mean, right now you picked up $1, so that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. And then what you can do is you can jump down onto a 15-second chart and be like, okay, if I'm going to get in here, my stop is probably down in here, which is like 60 cents. And I made like 50 cents on this. But if you kept holding it up in this area, you make yourself $1 pretty easily. I just don't like it. I mean, it's really nice. It's just too much of a. I mean, $6 to $5. You got like a dollar risk. And my hotkeys are not set up right now for that much. I'd have to go in half of, not even half, probably a quarter of what I normally would. Uh, and how much volume is 61? Yeah, there's plenty of volume. Plenty of volume. And CWD is another crypto play. Caliber completes initial purchase of Chainlink tokens. That's another crypto play. So it seems like these crypto stocks are the ones that are sending out the press releases. So what I would do is, um, if anything is a crypto play, more than likely it's going to be pretty decent. I wouldn't take this right here. I would not take this. And the reason I would not take this, yeah, it's starting to run down. But if you look at this right here, we're getting a pullback, but the EMA is down here, and stocks like to ride around their EMA. I mean, it's really strong, and it probably will keep breaking. But as you can see, topping tail right there, plus the volume is coming in. Look at the volume right there for the selling. So that's not really something that you should be taking, just because of the weakness right there. Okay, the play to make is like is right up in here when it first starts. Okay, right up in here is when it first starts, which is this right here, which is this right here. And then when you get a micro pullback, you can start looking This is really not a micro pullback. We had a run up, and then that candle right there is a micro pullback. So then you jump to a 15-second chart. You get the break of that, and you put your stop down here, and then your first target is right up here where you can probably take half off. Then if you break that, you can add to it, and then probably take some off up in here. I just didn't want to do it just because I got green for the day. Yeah. Now, if I didn't take that stupid trade on DSY, because DSY didn't have a catalyst, I got to review why I took that trade. Um, Here, let's DSY. DSY. When was DSY? Let's come back here. Yeah, DSY. I took the trade right up in here. um, because I got in on the break of that, but then I got stopped out. Okay, so yeah, I took. I mean, it was a losing trade. First trade of the day, losing trade, and then LGHL was just like a few cents, and then CWD dug me out of the hole, which was pretty nice. But if we look at DSY, look, there's no catalyst, there's no news. It's up 600%. It's got an ATR of 18 cents. Now, the ATR of CWD is a buck and a quarter, so you gotta be careful with that, because that's definitely a volatility right there. So, DSY, why would I take that? I mean, let's come uh, let's come back here. Yeah, see, this is too extended. See, if I look at that, that's too extended. It's too extended off the, non-EMA for the 1 minute, and the MACD was open. It was running up, but I got in late. I shoulda got in down in this area right here, and, the non-EMA was curling back down. It closed back down, so I shouldn't have done that. Because look at that. It was just a stupid trade I just took, and CWD dug me out of the hole. So it's just a stupid trade. I've been trading for 10 years, and you always, every now and then, make a stupid trade. Take a look at CWD. Well, GIBO showed up on the R vol. It's a 14 R vol. I wouldn't touch that. Look at a 5 minute. 5 minutes got a huge topping tail. Of course, you can tell right here. It's a big topping tail right here. I wouldn't touch that. We got CWD. We got CWD. I need more coffee. CWD, as you can see here, uh, be careful with this. MACD is just kind of it's not curling back up. It's kind of rolling back over a little bit, so I'd be careful about that. You want to trade when it's really open, right up in this area, right up in this area. Okay, you see how it's open and it's spreading apart. That's how you want to trade it. And you want to get these quick scalps. You want to get the quick scalps. You want to go here, take some off, comes back down, have an inside bar. You can get in there. You can add to the position on the break of the high of 680 and then sell it up in this area. Right there, you had an inside bar. Right here, you had an inside bar. So you could get in here, put your stop down there. That was at $8, now it's at 8.6, 8.50. So, yeah, it's definitely strong, and this is really the only one that's, moving, so, traders are gonna be all over it. Traders are gonna be all over it because it's the only thing that's moving. That's why people are gonna be all over it. It's the only thing that's moving. I mean, it's got like a 8-10 cent spread. I saw a 25-cent spread there, but hey, it's the only thing that's moving. Let me go get some coffee. OCTO showed up on the RVOL. Let me OCTO. Yeah, OCTO is OCTO. OCTO is the continuation play, but there's really nothing there. CWD, this is where all the traders are at. CWD. Also, another thing that you can do is when you get a 5 minute like this, you get a 5 minute that has really ran up big, and you get a pullback on the 5 minute, you can get on the break of the open of that, like at 7:34. So let's take a look at that, which would be this right here. So right here, it would be this one. You'd probably get in right here on the break of it, and you can actually wait for a run up, and you had an inside bar right there. I like trading inside bars; are really nice to trade, and you could have netted yourself like 50 cents on that trade. TELO popped up on RVOL. TELO, pharmaceutical, Telomere Pharmaceuticals reported new uh, preclinical cancer data in aggressive human prostate cancer cell models showing, and then with the DNA, okay, TELO showed up on the RVOL, as you can see here. It showed up on the RVOL scanner. It really doesn't have much volume. All the traders are at CWD, to be quite honest. That's where everybody's at. CWD is where it's at. That's where everybody's at. CWD, because it's a crypto coin. Crypto coin. The crypto coin. See, look at this. When I talk about inside bars, we have an inside bar right here. We have an inside bar right here. And look what we did when we broke that inside bar. We ran up. to 60. You broke the inside bar right there, and you ran up to like a buck 50. So those inside bars are pretty significant, especially when the MACD is open on a 1 minute. The MACD is open on a 1 minute. Like right here, the MACD was open on a 1 minute. MACD is open there. Uh, we got inside bars. So yeah, that's $9 break as well. So whole dollar, half dollar, and whole dollar marks are pretty significant. Here, let's go to my light speed. Mhm. WGRX. WGRX showed up on Arval. WGRX. There's nothing there. ADN showed up. There's nothing there as well. ADN showed up at 26%. So that's uh, OCTO. That was a crypto play from yesterday. So there's no reason to be playing that when you should be playing CWD as a crypto play. Crypto catalyst. That's a crypto catalyst. Daily summary. Where's the block? That's the blocker. CWD is putting in a topping tail. See right here on the 1 minute, that topping tail right there? The topping tail right there. You see that topping tail? Yeah, there's volume there, but you got to be careful with that. Got to be careful. I mean, it's strong, so it's a strong stock. So as you can tell, people are looking to get it. It's strong, so it's definitely cranking up. Those topping tails, you got to be careful with them. When you see them, you got to be really on your game because it could turn on you. Now, once they break those topping tails, Yeah, that's pretty significant. As you can see, we had an inside bar right there. We had a run up, we had a micro pullback, and we ran from $10 to 11.80. I mean, this is crazy. This is really strong. Traders are pent up because last month was not so good. Last month was not so good. I bet you Ross Cameron's making a killing on this one. Uh, I didn't take the Ross Cameron course, but I do follow him to see what he has played. I'm just importing my trades that I did last week. Yeah, miss any days there? No, I didn't. Friday, yeah. How come Friday's not showing? I traded Friday. I'm pretty sure I did. How come that's not showing? When was Friday? Friday was the 5th. Yeah, it's 8:09. CWD is definitely the one people are trading. When was that was the 5th. CWD, we got a crypto catalyst on that. CWD, we got a crypto catalyst on that. Yeah, it was VEEE that I traded, but how come it's not showing up on the blotter, people? How come it's not showing? Come on. I knew I traded on Friday, and that was VEEE, and I made money on that. Why? Where's my blotter report? Go back to reports. There we go. Ooh, yeah, there's page two on there. All right, let me just import. Download that. We'll just import everything. It'll redo whatever I have up there as well. Otter. Just import the trades. Okay. OCTO is taking a humongous dump. He's OCTO. Look at that. Taking a humongous dump. CWD seems like it's kind of stalling. We got CWD. We got TLO. TLO. I'm going to update my charts on the side here. We got LGHL. That ain't doing nothing. LGHL. Yeah. We ain't got nothing, people. I mean, we got CWD. Thank goodness CWD showed up, because if CWD didn't show up, man, it would have been a crappy day for me. As soon as I dug myself out of that hole, I'm done. Yep, I'm done on that one, because DSY was a pretty bad one. That was like a quarter. That was like a 25-cent loss, and then CWD was a 37-cent gain. So that definitely dug me out. I'm done for the day. There we go. Now, no, I want to go to details and see what my stats are. I'm at a 75% win rate. Okay. Total number of trades is 58. Total number of winners is 44. Number of losing trades is 12. So I'm at a 75.9. I'm at a 75% win rate. Average hold time for winning trades is 2 minute. Average hold time for losing trades is 1 minute. So I cut my losers quickly, and you have to. You have to cut your losers quickly, people. If you don't, you're going to get slaughtered, especially with these type of stocks. CWD 547%. We got a 500% mover. That's crazy. That's nuts. The DSY, but DSY was 500%, but DSY would have been a good trade earlier. Earlier, DSY would have been good. Okay. Up in up in this area, right up in here. See, I was an idiot for getting in this trade right up in here. For one, the EMA was flatlining, so I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I normally trade when the EMA is sloping upwards, and then I start taking trades like this, the break of this. We have an inside bar there. That's what I normally trade, like from 831 up to like 845 right here. It gets up about 10 cents, lock in some profits. Uh, yeah, that's what I normally trade. Don't, oh man, I got to be a little bit more disciplined. CWD is just cranking. I got to be a little bit more disciplined. And DSY didn't have a catalyst, so I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I could have walked away with a 37-cent day. I mean, look at CWD. I saw a 30-cent spread. This is nuts. Yeah, when I see it spreads like that jumping around all nutty, I no. I don't trade. I do not trade them at all. I do not trade them at all. Yeah, that's 40 cent. I saw 40-cent spread. That's nuts. Yeah, the market makers are definitely making their money on this one. Okay, log out of Lightspeed. I got my trader view stuff imported. Trader View stuff is imported. Oh my god. Oh, my word, I saw a 90-cent spread. Wow. Yeah, this thing is just wow. I'd be careful with this, people. You gotta be careful. These market makers are gonna screw you. They're getting greedy now. Earlier down up in this area, down up in I don't even know where. Oh, 735. It was earlier. It was right up in this area, 735. 735 up in this area is when I traded it. This is where I traded it, right up in here. I got in on the break of that. I took some profits off right up in here and then took some more up in here. So, but now these market makers, if you look at the spread up here on the level two, you'll look at, oh my word, it jumped from 80 cents to 70 to 40. There, see down in this area, I think it was like right up in here, up in this area the spread was halfway decent. It was like 5 cents. I mean, the spread wasn't that bad. Now, they're just being greedy pigs. These market makers are being little greedy pigs now. So I'd be extremely careful with this. I mean, look at that. It's jumped from 17 to 30 to 70 to 60. I mean, be careful, people. These market makers are being greedy, stinking pigs. I mean, these are being greedy pigs now, people. And you got to think about this. The volume is there. The volume is there. They don't need to be this greedy, but they are because market makers make their money. They primarily make their money from the bid and the ask. And if you look at this, it is jumping 50 cent, 40 cent, 40 cent, 39. I mean, they're 11 cents. They're being greedy, stinking pigs. If anything needs to be regulated, it's them. I mean, you gotta think about it. If you get in a and you're at a 50-cent spread and this thing moves down 50 cents and you get stopped out, that's like a dollar. That's like a dollar loss. This is why you gotta be extremely careful, and before you get into a stock, you absolutely must check the spread. Yeah, I know some people are gonna say, "Well, the ATR is $2.80." Well, yes, that's fine. But the spread is like 50 cents. If you get in at 50 cents, I mean, it's jumping around. I mean, look at it. This thing is tweaking out. It's like it's on crack or something. It's just, I mean, look at the real-time pricing. It's just tweaking, man. I mean, all those are orders coming in. I'm out of coffee. Probably a good thing. Um, yeah, I just be careful with this people. I mean, these market makers are just trying to be greedy. Uh, yeah. So at 9 o'clock, I'm going to start. Let me log out. I should log out of Lightspeed so I'm not tempted to trade. Um, I should just log out of Lightspeed. Um, Let me do that. Let me just log out here. Don't have any active orders. Don't have nothing going on. It's flat. I'm done for the day. I'll just log out of that. Put the pre-market movers up here. Let's put the RVol movers up here. RVol movers up here. We can put the top press release up there as well. Just see. Put the top press release up there and see what's going on. I mean, I'm done for the day. I made my money. I am done. I'm gonna make a video of that earlier. I mean, I'm gonna make a video of that later. Uh, why I got in that trade. And also, I'm going to start doing a training, start doing training videos. ABTC catalyst. Ah, look at this. Uh, Announces it holds 23 million shares of American Bitcoin valued at around 170. ABTC is successfully listed on Nasdaq. They're trying to get in on the play of the crypto plays. So it seems like the crypto catalysts are in play. They might be in play this month. Who knows? But everybody's going to be jumping on buy or fear American Bitcoin stock. See American Bitcoin stock. So this is a crypto play. So CWD, they look at CWD and they're like, oh wow, they're making money. So ABTC, what are they going to do? They already have these press releases already done up. They're just holding them, and then they try to make the plays. Now, what they did was right here on the 5 minute, it ran up and it ran up. How much did it run up? It ran up, here. Oh, come on. It ran up from here to here. So it ran up about 5 cents. It really didn't show up. Uh, I mean, I kind of like making the plays when it runs up and it kind of puts in a red bar. You can get a break of that, and then you can run up here for about 30 cents. But I don't think it showed up. To be quite honest. And also, there's really not much volume, to be honest with that. So people are really not playing that. So OCTO yesterday, that was a crypto catalyst. CWD, where I made most of my money today, that was a crypto catalyst. And now you've got this one, ABTC, that's a crypto catalyst trying to get in on the play. So it seems like that the little crypto catalysts could be in play this month. It could be in play this month. CWD, look at this. If you look at this right here, this right here is starting to flatline, okay? You know, you could have gotten in on the break of this right here. You could have gotten in on the inside bar right there. You make yourself a little bit of money. This to me is not a micro pullback, to be quite honest. That is not a micro pullback. Yes, it broke, and it broke like $26 and ran up to 70 cents. Uh, but that's not, in play. And also look at the MACD down there. It's starting to curl right back over. You don't want that. You want to be playing the MACD when it's right up in this area, right up in here. That's where you want to be playing it, because then you can play this move right here. Okay. That's where you want to be playing. Uh, you want to be playing right up in this area right here. Okay. That's where it starts. That's where it ends. MACD is separating. We got volume coming in. So you want to play right up in this area right here. And you could have gotten in on the break of that right there. You got inside bar that you could have played. So you make your money on this move and you make your money on this move. Are you going to get the full move? No. Can you get half of it? Probably. But that's how the game is played on a 1 minute. Now, on the 15-second chart, when you come down here and you start playing it on the 15-second chart, that's where you want to make your moves, like right up in here. Okay. Uh, like when you get had a little run up, you had a pull back, you get in on this bar. Okay, and you take some off, take about half off, and then this bar was red, but you don't take that full stop out. If you're profitable and you take half off, when it starts getting, you have to look at the level too. When it starts getting down to your cost average where you entered, bail out. Just bail out. Try to get another move. Now, this is just grinding sideways, so you probably don't want to do that. You want to be playing it right up in here at around 817, at around 818. So right up in here, 818 was this move right up in here was 818. And look, MACD is starting to separate. That's where you want to be playing this stuff. I mean, Bond's got news. Bond announces 18 million corporation agreement for initial second generation Apple Series health products. Okay. Well, let's take a look at old Bond. Bond is kind of moving. Um, yeah. I mean, Bond is kind of moving. It's a little hard to play on this. I mean, Bond kind of showed up. You could have gotten in on the break of the high of like 205 right up in this area. I mean, the $2 mark is pretty significant. So, but we tried to break it here, we sold off, break it here, we sold off. So if you get it on the break right there, on the break of the high of, I think it was 205, now you're at like 30-cent move. That's fine, but this red candle right here has got high volume. So, if you want to play this, you want to try to play the break of this high right here, which you kind of got it right there. So you can kind of play this right up in here, because now you got volume coming in on this candle right here. Your entry would be like, let's say 210, then your stop would be down there at like $2. The low of that candle right there. And then what you can do is you can try to you're not going to get this whole move. Maybe uh, you'll get it from like here to here. Who knows? I mean, you can always do on the 15 second, you can trail at the bottom of the low. If it breaks that low, you want to get out. But if you get a huge pop like this, start taking profits. Start if you get in here, okay, and you get a nice little pop like this, right up in this area, you might wanna sell half. I would definitely be selling half up here. Why? Because it's deviated from the non-EMA substantially, and most of the time, stocks will trade around their non-EMA, and then, so it deviated a little bit from here, sell a quarter up here. We got an inside bar right here. So this inside bar right here, you 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 enter on that inside bar and your stop is down at the low, which is like 14 cents, and then you come up here and you make 14 cents. But so you got a 1 for 1, and then you just kind of sell half. You got a topping tail up there, so you probably want to sell half and move to a break even. Now I'd be getting out because hey, you know, cost basis. You can always enter. You can always get back in. I mean, that's the thing. You can always get back in, people. See right there, you could have gotten back in at 287 and ran up to 297, get yourself about 10 cents, lock in some profits. Here's the thing. Here's the thing you need to worry about. You got a topping tail in that candle, and you got a topping tail in that candle. You had a run up, topping tail, run up, topping tail. You had a topping tail. You had a bottoming tail right here, which was good. That's why you got the move right there. But yeah, you got to be careful with these topping tails. And on the 1 minute, it's showing little tails right there, which is fine. It's just, you know, a little profit taking probably. But you just got to be aware of stuff like this. You're like, I mean, you got to be aware, like, oh, there's a topping tail. So, you know, and it deviated from 90 MA. I might want to get out. You know, that's just stuff that you really need to think about. Mm. That's just stuff you really need to think about. Oh, CWD is kind of made its play. It's kind of done for. You see, it's kind of done for right there. Got a little hangman on the 5 minute. Now it broke that low, so it's probably going to come back down to around 16 bucks, probably around the VWAP. Who knows? Who knows? Let's take a look at old Bond. Bond, because right now Bond is, seems like people have kind of gone into there. Let's take a look at the footprint, at the volume footprint. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to change my settings up to what I normally look at. Low float scalper imbalance. Let's see what we have here. Low float scalper imbalance. I just want to hide the volume. Yeah, so you had an inside bar right there, but you had a sell imbalance right here. It kind of came down. Yeah, right here. We ran up. We came back down. That was that hammer, and then we kind of moved off of it. We had a buy imbalance right up in here. So that was support right there. You had a big sell imbalance right there. When you have a big sell imbalance, and that's probably just zeros. That's why I don't like the footprint chart that much on TradingView, just because they show the zeros and they don't give you an option to like don't show imbalance when it's zero. Uh, you know, like zero, like the bid might be zero and the ask might be 10. You know, I don't want to see an imbalance on that. I want to see an imbalance on like if it's like a 2 and then a 10. That's the imbalance I want to see. Oh, come on, that's the indicators. Okay. Handles. Yeah, so that plays over. See that inside bar right there? Inside bar. Doo, doo, doo. Okay, so we had nice round. That was an inside bar. This is inside bar. Okay, on the 15-second in the MACD, it's curling up. So you get in there, get about 15 cents on that. I had another inside bar right here. You can probably get another a quarter out of that. Inside bars are pretty significant, especially when the 1 minute is running up, making higher highs, higher lows. And the 15-second inside bars are pretty significant on the break of them. I don't know what the spread is on bond because I closed out light speed, but yeah. Still got about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to switch over to the futures. CWD, look at CWD cranking out again. Yeah, yep. They kind of sold it off a little bit, and then they cranked it right back up. Look at that. Look, wow, look at that 15-second inside bar right there. Got about $3 stop and it ran it up. This is nuts, people. This is whoever got in that early and then held it was definitely cranking out the money now. CWD's up 1,000%, people. 1,000% from $10 to 40 now. That is nuts. do that this afternoon. Yeah, we'll do it this afternoon. Alrighty, Bond is still cranking it out. Oh, Bond. Yep, there's Bond. You know, Bond was could have been a decent one, people. It's not as volatile as CWD, but Bond Neutral Life Limited enters non-exclusive corporation with whoever. Total contract value 18 million. For Kwan to sell Apple Series health products. So that was from Benzinga News. That was from Benzinga News. And what you could have done is you had a nice little run up here. You were making higher highs, higher lows. You had a pullback. You had an inside bar right there. So you can get in on the break of that and probably get yourself about 10 cents right there. Then you got another trade right there. You had a pullback. You get in right up in there. So you can get in there. It had the volume kind of drawing up, so you could have gotten in a little bit right there. Uh, that I probably wouldn't take. That's another inside bar right there, and you get a pop. Once you break the high of that inside bar, you can get a pop. Those inside bars are pretty significant, like this one here, and then you could maybe get now bar here about 12 cents. Then this inside bar right here, and then you get out right here for about 20 cents. So, that's, you could have picked up yourself 30 cents right there on, 1,000 shares, 300 bucks. It's not as volatile as CWD. CWD is a little volatile, people. You got to be careful with that. You can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot. CWD, you got to be careful with. You can make a lot, but you can lose a lot. Plus the spread's a little nutty. I mean, I traded CWD when it was right up in this area right here is when I traded it. I just stopped trading it. Uh, but yeah, I'm going to do a video on CWD later today. And Bond's looking halfway decent. You got CWD, then you got Bond right here. Bond. I mean, the 1 minute kind of retraced on Bond. So once you get that big retracement, like right here, but this is what I want to talk about. See, if you look at the 1 minute, 1 minute is looking really good, people. 1 minute's looking really good because what you want to do, as you can see right here, the MACD, and where was that? That was this area right here. Okay. So when that MACD starts curling back over, you want to be on when the MACD is separating and you're making higher highs, higher lows on a 1 minute. You want to jump to a 15-second and then make your entries, people. You want to have an inside bar right there. You get in here and you get out right here. You make yourself a little bit of money. You got another pullback. You got another pullback. You could have gotten in there if you wanted to. You had a pullback. This kind of spiked down a little bit, but look at the separation between the non-EMA and the stock right there. So that's no wonder it spiked down. Stocks like to travel around their non-EMA. What did we get here? We got an inside bar right here. So you can get in to break the high and get out right up in here on the break of that. What you want to be doing is you want to be taking some profits up in here. Once you get this spike above the non-EMA on the 15-second, you get a pretty big spike. You might want to start taking a quarter off, a half. You want to sell some, pay yourself. And then when you get a break of that, you can take that off. So Bond was it was a catalyst. It was a catalyst play, that's what you're looking for. Don't be like me earlier and trade DSY that has no catalyst and it was a crappy trade and I lost money and then CWD bailed me out. Don't be like me. Okay, this is how you can play these. So it's 8:57. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down and switch over to the futures. I'm gonna start the stream, probably around, 9:15, 9:20, something like that. I'm just gonna get everything set up. But, I'll be back at it tomorrow, 7 AM. We'll see what we can get. Tomorrow at 7 AM, we'll see what we can get. Alrighty, that's all I have. Thank you very much.